Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Okay guys, we've got some interesting news just drop. Amidst the Limonisi chase that's going on right now, we've got the big fusion. Obviously, a lot of people are after this fusion because he's doing some silly stuff. So especially if you've got Wixwell in your squad. But yeah, we've also now got something that's dropping in on Monday. So this Monday, 7th of July, we're planning to launch an Infernal Deck of Fate event. Where you'll have a chance to collect fragments for Graos Turndrake, the legendary Demon Spawn champion. So this is the new dude that is part of the Demon Spawn here. The fiery little fella, looking pretty damn sweet. Obviously, he's a HP-based dude, 22k. So we've got a lot of defense as well. We've got an attack an enemy, ignoring defense, 50%. Heals all allies that are low health. So anyone who's less than half health is going to give them a 10% of this champion's health as a heal. It's actually quite a lot of healing. We've got an AoE double hitter here. Each hit ignores 25% defense against targets that are low health. The first hit has got a chance to place drop defense. And then the second hit has got a chance of placing block buffs, which goes up to 100% if you book him out. It's also ignoring the resistance of targets that have got low health. So this is a bit of a wonky mechanic, if I'm honest, because it's so hard to make sure that happens unless you're fighting literally like clan boss and you can already see that he's kind of like past affinity. Everyone else that you fight is going to be starting high health, so you can't set yourself up to need 25% less resistance for this unless it's literally like an absolutely speed tuned specific team to do it. So this sounds great. It's good for early players, but for anyone who's trying to like get consistent runs, this mechanic is not that great. But drop defense and block buffs are too good. Debuffs anyway on a 3-turn, really solid. And then we've got increased defense for team and block damage for team. For the defense is 2 turns, the block damage is a turn, and this is on a 3-turn cooldown. This is a great skill. So yeah, block damage, decreasing enemies' defense, ignoring defense, bit of healing. And then we've got a passive here. If an ally's got more than half health, so pretty much the opposite of everything else that's going on in his mechanics. So if he's got more than half health and is under any buffs placed by this champion, that ally deals 10% more damage. So if you give him increased defense here, he's going to get 10% damage boost. If an ally's got less than half health and is attacked by an enemy under any debuffs that this guy's placing, which obviously he does, that ally receives less damage. So this will be really good for stuff like Hydra, Chimera, those areas where you're really trying to push damage and obviously you get hit hard. Plus his debuffs are solid for that as well. Plus his buffs are solid for that as well. So yeah, it's I'd say great legendary, not game changer, not like this fusion currently, or you know, picking up a newt or someone like that, but he is a very good legendary, HP in all battles as an aura. So how do we get this guy? It's all through, or 2 ways, summoning souls from soul stones and gaining artifacts. This is not an easy way. Neither of these are an easy way to complete a Deck of Fate, okay? Deck of Fate is quite hard to do unless it's champion training or summoning. Okay, summoning is like the pay-to-win version. Champion training is just grinding it out in the tavern. We don't have either of those, which means that summoning souls... It's not that long ago that we had the big soul event with a 2-time. So most of us would have had dwindled resources in terms of souls. I've got an okay amount, but this would be nowhere near what I need. Like, nowhere near what I need right now. So you either buy soul packs or you try and go for it through getting artifacts and accessories, which is a ton of grinding usually. We'll check it out when it drops on Monday, but generally it's hard to do it. So they're saying here, there's going to be a total of 100 fragments hidden in the deck, 30 fragments under the epic cards, 40 under rare cards, and then another 30 under common cards. You will not be able to pin cards during the deck, and the event's going to last 96 hours. The big challenge here, right, is when have you got the energy to do that farming? I'm just want to check out the fusion calendar. So on Monday, we're going to have an Ice Golem tournament live. The Dungeon Divers is just ending. Like, you know what sucks? Okay. Raid, this one's on you, okay? On purpose, you have done this. And it just like it just feels so scammy, right? No dungeon diver event during that period of time because you know people are going to have to farm the arse out of dungeons. So you clean out the dungeon diver event, which is normally there in every single fusion, and you put point storing into something else. I don't know. It just feels so scummy to do it that way. Anyway, the best way to do it will be through pulling souls, but you know, really, it's going to be through pulling big boy soul stones, and they're obviously very difficult to get unless you've just been saving up, which means that you end up farming a ton through dungeons, and that's going to be really hard to do. That's going to be a lot of energy and resources, especially if you're trying to do the fusion as well. So I don't know, guys. It's look, it's a guaranteed legendary. If you've got the resources, it feels like he's going to be solid, but I would say if you've got a choice of going for one or the other in terms of your resources, I would definitely be going for this fusion as it is right now in his current state. Anyway, there you go, guys. I've been Hell Hades. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. I'll see you soon.